Dinner theater. Where else can you watch Jersey Boys and eat a ham steak? Yum, yum. To be honest with you, I don't know what the hell dinner theater is. A little expensive on my part. We can do dinner theater home, where your family yells at you. But today we're going to find all about that. As Ashley says, dinner theater, who doesn't want a little entertainment with their gravy? So welcome to this week's The Brighter Side.
That's Amber Nelson.
I'm Amber Nelson.
I'm Ashley Brooke Roberts. And to my left is...
I'm Julie Rosing.
That's right. And I'm excited to talk about this because we just learned, I'd say, I don't know, about 3 minutes ago that Amber does not know what dinner theater
I
is.
watch Cats.
She was coming in talking about Jersey Boys.
Yeah. She was like, okay, Hamilton, Sound of Music. Like, you were associating dinner theater with theater.
I thought you had mac and cheese and watched that episode of Cats or something. Or Golden Girls Live on Broadway.
Episode of Cats.
Just the Jellicle Ball.
Just one little portion.
But it's like a whole thing. So you're like you're at the medieval times.
It's immersive theater. So, you know, I'm going to talk about the Dixie Stampede in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Julie's going to talk about medieval times. And there's like, with the Dixie Stampede, it's almost like there's a rodeo element. There's
Civil
clowns.
War style?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a second.
You know what?
They left that part out.
I feel like...
Well, are you like watching slavery happen and like
actually, you know what?
Having
Funny
cereal?
Enough, they left that out. I wonder why. But we will discuss
a few things
that.
are a little inauthentic for medieval times as well.
But before we get into that, we're going to do a life update because Amber, you have good news.
Oh, give it to us, Am.
I'm not going through menopause.
Wow.
No menopause. Boom, boom, boom. You know what happened? I had a patty melt and some dick, and it came out like the next day. Yeah.
God, I thought this was going to be like finally the medical system came through. You got your hormone testing. You just got your period. Is all you're saying. You could still be going through menopause to get your period.
Can go through menopause when you have your period.
I got the blood drawn soon.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
At least you're not pregnant. At least your body is cleansing the insides.
Yeah, that's right.
I got my teeth cleaned yesterday, and I walked around, and I went back to that bar that was seedy. I'm sorry. And I was immediately just like, this was a bad idea, because it's greeted by a man with drawn-on eyebrows and a bald head who says that he sucks cock for haircuts.
Yeah, and he came straight up to you, didn't he?
Going right into it. Going right into it.
He was like, you're going to listen to me.
I know.
Yes. You got that face. And you're going to listen to me.
You're bald, sir. Why are you sucking cock for haircuts? Stop it.
I told Amber she needs to, the next time someone says that, just be like, real quick, what is it about me that makes you want to say that to me?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's my happy face, I guess.
You do have a face. You do seem like I could tell you anything. You know what? You've got that look.
People sit by me on the bus.
People sit on me on the bus.
I mean, honestly, and I let them. It's kind of comfy.
You know, the next time that happens, you should say, hold on one second. Can I record this? Because I host a podcast, and I know my co-host would love to hear some of this.
Just sucking cocks for haircuts was crazy.
Yeah, especially if you're bald.
We are 3 minutes in, and cock has been said maybe 10 times.
Wow. Oh, we're going to get demonetized on YouTube.
New record.
Don't talk about it.
No, we're new. So we're learning the ropes. But please subscribe.
Come on, guys. Subscribe to us, okay?
Subscribe.
My intro is rocky also.
Okay, here's my news. I went back to work today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went back to work today.
Freedom is gone.
It's gone.
And they were taking advantage of your free time, though, right?
Well, we were supposed to end at a certain time, and then it just seemed like that wasn't going to happen. So I gave it like a good 10 minutes. Like, surely we wrapped up, and then it wasn't getting wrapped up. So I was like, I got to go, y'all. And I just kind of stood up. I said goodbye, and I left, and it felt good to draw a clean line in the sand. I got to go. But they were very nice about it. They were cool about it.
That's good.
I got to say, it was nice to see some of my coworkers. It was actually...
I love a water cooler chat.
It was really... There's some people in my life I treasure dearly, and I will not ever see them in my personal life. You know, we have like a specific type of relationship that belongs to a certain space.
Yeah,
and so,
trauma bonded over something.
Yeah, and it's just like, I was like, you know, just giving hugs and chatting, and it was so good to chit-chat.
Yeah, it's good to have different sources of friends.
Yeah.
If you only have one, that's called a cult.
Exactly. Wait, is that true?
Sure.
If you only have one friend?
One source of friends.
One source of friends. I
don't know if that's a cult or just a little antisocial.
A little antisocial.
Maybe but put your eggs in a few different baskets.
If all your friends come from church, are you in a cult?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put your eggs in me.
Yeah.
Because I got them.
And then my other news this week is I think that I woke up in the middle of the night and I was all of a sudden like, I got too much plastic in this house. And I don't know if I'm going through something mentally. I don't know if this is a sign of being mentally unwell. But all of a sudden I started looking around and I go, why do we got all these plastic things? We got plastic crates. I want some wood furniture. I want a wood dresser.
Yes.
I want a wood bookshelf.
Yeah.
That's why I got all this
Well.
plastic.
I want like
mentally
a thick ass wood oak
solid
dining room table.
I want a thick, uncut, solid.
Clean, uncircumcised
I want to lay on
table.
wood. When I was a child, I used to take naps on coffee tables.
Oh.
I don't know.
sounds
It was like
good.
it was very cool, and I don't know. I think I also wanted to be the center of attention.
I love when some Julie lore gets dropped into the chat. Now we got some new Julie lore.
Very Leo.
P.S. Sleep on a coffee table.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Is Julie okay?
Julie, you got any weekly updates, week updates?
We
life updates?
are like 2 or 3 weeks into fostering this new puppy, and he is just, I do not understand him because he will be so loving and affectionate in the morning, and then something happens like mid-afternoon where he is suddenly terrified of me and will like cower in the corner.
Aw, poor
But
little baby.
if I like lay on the floor and pet Harley, then he'll come over and like want to interact.
Is it because a puppy is like new to this earth and like so half a day feels like a week?
Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
maybe.
So he's just like, who's this lady that's just like always around?
I think it's like you never know with like a dog from a shelter, like what they've been through, what their experience is. It's like once you're down on the ground, he's not as scared or as timid. But it's like when you approach him kind of like that, and then he had somebody interested in him, drove all the way from Northern California down here to meet him.
Northern
I
California.
know. This gentleman
Hours.
drove very far. And then Murphy was a little shy. And then another puppy was like very flirtatious and like all up on him. So he took the other dog and then named the other dog Murphy.
No.
That's illegal.
I was like, that's
illegal.
so sad.
Wow.
You drove all the way here for Murphy. And then he wasn't all up licking your face. And so you left him.
Gosh, I don't understand that at all. When it
know.
comes to picking a pet, I like the reluctant ones. I want the
Yeah.
one that's not all over me. I want to win them over.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
coming
yeah,
home with
yeah.
me, and I'm going to make you love me.
We are going to be best friends, I swear to God. Yeah,
That's Dream Girls. Now, would Dream Girls go into dinner theater?
No,
Great question, and the
I
answer is
don't
no.
think so.
I thought it was just like, what?
You think you're catching a show and you're eating some food. You're like,
Yeah.
this is the Alamo Draft House of
Yeah.
theater to you when
Yeah.
we say dinner theater. And that's not what we mean at all.
That is not what we mean at all. Okay, so medieval times, you've never been.
Wait, before we get into
Okay.
it, though, I just want to say that, like,
Yes.
can you first off look up the definition of dinner theater?
Of what is a dinner theater?
Yeah, while you have that. And I just want to say that this episode came about because we did an episode called Medieval Times, which Amber and I thought we were going to be discussing the history of the medieval history. And I think you came in thinking we were going to be discussing the dinner theater
Yes.
medieval times.
I was fully prepared to historically run through how medieval times dinner theater came to be.
Yes. And so then we were like, okay, well, we have to do that as an episode
Yes.
on its
We'll
own.
circle back.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess it's from the 1960s. It feels very 1950s, 60s-ish.
Yeah. Amber, she knows. It originated in Spain in the 1960s. Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, the definition of now, I don't know. This might make me and Ashley wrong. A dinner theater is a type of entertainment venue that combines a sit-down restaurant meal with a live stage show, such as a play, musical, or comedy. Guests
Oh,
typically
shit.
eat their meal before the performance begins or dine while the show takes place. So that feels like very broad, but I just don't put like, well, I guess a Broadway show, you're not like sitting and eating.
No. You have there's time
Yeah.
to get there's
and
a
then,
break. You can
and
go to
then like the
concessions.
Alamo watching a movie and eating, that's not a live show.
No.
Right. But
Yeah.
I'm not like ordering my grits while someone's singing Little Shop of Horrors, right?
I'm thinking dinner theater, medieval times, Dixie Stampede. I think Pirate's Voyage. I'm thinking murder mystery dinner theaters.
Yes.
I'm thinking of like sort of local weird places that do an immersive show of some kind while you get a 4-course meal.
Yeah. I think it's got to be grand.
Yeah, it's got to
Right?
be.
the food
and
any good?
immersive, I
No.
think, is like the thing here.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like
know?
if you're at the medieval times, you're eating like beets and like.
Girl, you get a 4-course meal at
Yeah.
medieval
You
times.
get a
that's-
4-course at Dixie Stampede. You used to. It's not called
Wow.
Dixie Stampede anymore, obviously. They had to change the name.
Had to do a few little updates.
Yeah, they changed some shit in 2010 after Obama was elected.
Right. The Earth's changed. We're
Yeah.
healing. What was it called? Southerners gonna
No,
come
it
at you.
was called Dixie Stampede. Now it's called Dolly Parton Stampede.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they had to put her name on it.
No, it was always hers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll get into it. You start us off with medieval times.
Okay.
though.
Okay. So medieval times dinner theater originated in Spain in the 1960s. There's this gentleman, Jose Montaner, right? He has a barbecue business in Majorca. Beautiful Spanish island, and he's got all these other barbecue spots are popping up, and he's like kind of losing business. So he's like, I got to make something special here to make people stay, right? I got to differentiate myself. So he's got music, he's got flamenco dancers, and then he realized that's not really that special to the area. Like it's got to be something bigger and flashier.
Yeah.
Now he also has a little bit of Spanish nobility in his family lineage. He had like an uncle that was the Count of Penalada, wherever that is. But it was like a very like maybe kind of, we're not 100% sure he's got Spanish lineage. And in this area of Majorca, they love equestrian stuff. They love like horseback riding tricks and, things like in that nature.
Yeah, Spain is big in horses and bulls.
Yes,
Don't
big
they
in
ride on top of
horses.
bulls and flip off of them? That's like
that
something.
might just be
Well,
like
they do the bull running
that
for
might be-
sure.
yeah, bull running.
And
But
they're
they-
matadors.
Yes,
but they're-
matadors. I don't know. Is that dinner theater? No, because I don't
think
know.
people
You're
are
not
eating
really.
4-course meals.
But there are
they
guys
might
that
be.
get naked and flip over bulls. That's like a tradition.
Oh, in Spain?
Yeah.
That's
Love
cool.
it. Love it. Okay, so he starts hiring these equestrian riders to do horse tricks, right? And then more and more there's this leaning in towards his like Spanish count lineage, and they start doing jousts and very other like what this article I was reading was like everything was very non-historically accurate. Like nothing was authentic. He did not care if it was like, yeah, this is what we did in the medieval times. It was like, this is a spectacle. We're trying to like be as flashy as possible.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So they didn't have like an outhouse or like shit in a bucket and throw it. Because that would be accurate to medieval.
Yes, very true. That would be accurate.
No shit was being thrown.
Definitely
Okay.
no shit in buckets, but they served food on tables. There were no plates. There were no utensils. That
No
was
plates.
like, they were really trying to like start leaning into the medieval. They weren't specifically titled the medieval times yet, but they were starting to be like, no, come, it's like this immersive family experience. That was the other thing is making sure everything was family friendly and very tourist focused, because at the time in the like 1960s, early 70s, there was a huge tourist boom to this area.
I love it.
Yeah.
What they have, like bread bowls?
I don't know. They were it just was barbecue. So I guess, I don't know what what would they have at like a Spanish barbecue?
Like ribs?
Spanish barbecue?
Yeah, look this up. I want to go to Spain so bad.
I would
yeah.
love to go to Spain.
I think it's like a lot of like, ribs and sausage and corn on the
yeah.
cob.
That's kind of what Dixie Stampede was. They also no utensils. And this is just completely based on childhood memory. So maybe I just was a heathen who ate with my hands, but I just remember eating like a chicken with my hands. Like you're just like biting in, and there was corn on the cob, of course, and cornbread, homemade biscuits, barbecue pork loin, all that. All that
sounds
southern
good.
food.
Barbecue pork loin, like with no utensils?
Yeah, I don't think you had. Yeah, you were expected to eat it all with your hands.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fun.
Utensil-free meal. Utensil-free dining.
Now, is
Yeah.
that common for dinner theater? No utensils.
I think with these two, it is.
These two, just because I think they're trying to be like, they're trying to give you that kitschy experience of like being back in the medieval times.
Yeah,
Like,
they're trying to recreate a certain thing. But I'm going to
Yeah.
look up the Pirate's Voyage, which is something. Did I talk about this on the show that I wanted to do this for my birthday? When I was going over birthday plans, I thought maybe we would do like a dinner theater, Pirate's Voyage, because there's one in Anaheim.
Oh,
but
fun.
I know. We should do it sometime.
Yeah.
I think it's $70 though.
And the food, though?
But what's included?
With food, but I hear that the food is really bad.
Oh. I thought you were going to say unusually good.
No, I heard it's really bad. But let's see. Do you
Because
need?
they don't have any competitors. So, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's got to be difficult to serve really good food at that large of a scale.
Totally. And this is Pirate's Voyage. Utensils are not included. And Amber, I think what you need, and correct me if I'm wrong, if this is not the case with the medieval times, but I think you need a visualization of this. And what it looks like is it's a big, at least the Dixie Stampede, is a big dirt arena. And you are around it in sort of a stadium. So that's what the Dixie Stampede was like. Is the medieval times like that as well?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
No, so those are photos from like an experience that I had in Germany at a place that was like kind of like very similar to like a kind of like a medieval times
You've
situation.
been to a monster truck show.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Similar vibe, except for now imagine we're all eating a 4-course meal with our hand.
Fun.
Yeah.
See, I like this. And I'm guessing like murder mystery is someone like comes up here and they're just like, they die.
Now in murder mystery, that's much smaller. That's like 12 people around a table.
bet the
that's
food's
not
better.
an arena. I
Yeah,
am
murder
it
mystery-
better be. if someone's dying, it better be.
I feel like what I've heard of like an experience of kind of like a quote unquote murder mystery situation. Okay, here's an example.
Oh my God.
You know, what is
Julie
that?
just came
What's
alive.
that sushi place in Hollywood that's like up on the hill? It's like,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's near the Magic Castle, regardless.
What's it called? What is it? What's the deal
It's
with
like,
it?
it's all it's like samurai'd out.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Oh.
So I went there with my cousin when she was in town, and we're sitting there at our table eating sushi, and then all of a sudden a samurai comes up and is like, "Have you seen? He took the woman," and da da da. And he's like going into this whole thing, and he's like interacting with us, and we're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then all of a sudden, like up, kind of out of nowhere, a window swings open, and this woman is like, "You'll never save me, please!" And you're just like, suddenly you're eating dinner,
Right.
and there's this like random weird theater happening around you.
I bet dinner theaters would be easy to rob because you could be like, "Give me all your money," and they'd be like, "Look at this fun
Yeah.
joke man."
Yeah.
Oh,
And
like
they just give you
someone
the money.
could come in and like rob the patrons.
Yeah, and then leave.
pretending to be a part of the.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you're the actor in that situation and you know you've never seen this motherfucker before who's robbing everybody, do you say something? Are you like, he's not part of the show? Or do you just go like, and I'll be right back? And you go into the other room.
And tell your manager.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you got to call the cops, man. Like,
Hey, someone's out there trying to pretend to be Johnny.
yeah.
There's gun. They had guns in the medieval
But
times.
also,
Crazy.
have you ever been at a show? I mean, I guess like at a magic show, like if a magician has been like, "And what money do you have in your pocket? Let me see. Oh, you have a $1 bill or you have
Yeah.
a $10 bill."
That'd be
And
great.
then they make the $10 bill disappear. You fully expect to get that money back. But I'm just saying,
Fucking
like,
better.
if you're at a dinner theater, an employee comes up and is like, "Give me all your money. This is a stick up." You'd be like, "Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I
Go
only
get
have
me
a
another
card.
roll."
Only
Yeah.
touch tap cards.
You're right. Sorry, no cash."
I looked up the murder mystery also when I was looking up birthday thing, and they do one at the Buca de Beppo at University Walk.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's
Ooh.
been there, and then there's another Italian restaurant on Ventura that I think they do it. They
that'd be
do
fun.
like
We
a
gotta
thing
do
out of it.
that.
We got to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun. Okay, so in the 1970s, Charles, Jose's son, comes in and is like, "Look, we got something special here. We got to do more. We got to do more. We got to expand. There are these other areas where I know like a ton of tourists are." So they open a second location in another area of Spain. And then kind of riding that wave, they in the early 80s decide to expand to the United States. Now, where they go is Kissimmee, Florida, which Ashley, do you have any idea where I'm talking about?
Why it's right near Orlando.
Yep, a simple
Yeah.
15 to 20-minute drive from Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
So they were super smart in being like, "Look, like people are going to Disney,
Yeah.
this like crazy attraction, like let's build our own like crazy attraction there." So the initial castle cost $3.8 million to create. Like they went all out. They were like, it's huge. It's this massive there's like a big sand arena where like they use 22 horses. There's like falconry. It's like becomes this massive show. They're focusing on 11th century Spain as like this fictional kingdom that the whole thing is centered around. They also tweak a few things about the show to make it more American, and that's when it becomes a 4-course meal.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, 4-course meal. They do have utensils and plates available if you want them, but it's not initially offered.
Interesting, because I hate having stuff on my hands.
Yeah, you would hate this, man.
Yeah, you are a very
Yeah.
clean person. I think you would not like it. But I
Yeah.
think you would
I would
enjoy
go.
that. We remember when we went to the Ren Fair and there was like the jousting and stuff. Like, so it's kind of like that, but you're like sitting. You come in and you're immediately given a paper crown, and the crown color designates which like kingdom or which knight you're like rooting for.
Oh, and they fight each other.
Yeah, so then you're seated in your color area. It's color coordinated. And then from there you're like cheering on the knight with your same color. And then there's like there's a, someone who does like a falcon show, but the whole thing is like so perfectly timed that the food never comes at a moment when like you're distracted from the show.
Yeah. It's
It's
kind of
all,
like a
like,
comedy club.
very
Like they know when to drop the
intricate.
check.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they know when to drop the check.
This sounds fun.
Yeah. So then another location is opened in Buena Park, California, near Disney here. And then now cut to today, they have 9 U.S. locations and 1 Canadian location.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thriving.
Thriving.
Unlike Dixie Stampede.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really seems like they saw the opportunity to take this from like a barbecue restaurant with like equestrian tricks to like, no. We know how to market this to American consumers.
That's cool. And they went all out.
All out. It's huge. Okay, so each arena can sit between 1,000 to 1,600 guests. 3 shows, sometimes up to 3 shows a day. And they're capable of serving 1,000 patrons in 10 minutes.
Whoa.
So they
What?
have a 1,000-square-foot kitchen with high-capacity 60 to 80-gallon steam kettles, multiple rotating ovens to prepare roasted chicken. They have like 50-plus trained servers, and each server is managing 28 guests. So like visually what this looks like, you sit down, and this is one thing I hate is like when you go to something like this with friends and then you can't talk to everybody. You're literally sat like in a line almost, So like you're talking to the person on either side of you. Maybe you can like kind of talk to the person in the row in front of you, but like the waitress is just their waitresses are referred to as wenches, which multiple articles I read and Reddit threads were like, don't you guys hate being wenches? Like, do people like assault you? And they're like, it's not as frequent. I mean, obviously I don't think anyone likes to be referred to as a wench.
No, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Come here, bitch. I want a Coke refill.
I mean, I guess, yeah, it's a very soft way of calling someone.
I thought I don't know. I think it might be kind of fun to play a wench.
I know,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you lean into
Eat your
it?
food, you little piece
Yeah.
of, like you get to
You're
be
really
nasty.
slogging it down.
Yeah.
Do you
you
tip
don't have
them?
to be proper.
Right.
You didn't tip at the Dixie Stampede.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did y'all tip?
I mean, I think we just, yeah. we
$5
just
on the table.
Give a little bit of something.
Oh.
I wonder
Yeah.
how much the performers make. If you're doing 3 shows a
So
day.
yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. We'll get to that, but like,
wow.
Are they underpaid, overworked?
Yes.
Nah, everything's just
know.
right.
No, everyone's treated just beautifully. Yeah, so 3 shows a day. As far as performers, there are, the waitresses are somewhat considered performers, but they're paid as servers. And then you have like a trumpeter, some like people who play certain parts of music. Then you have like the stunt people who are jousting and fighting and swords. And then there's like, the people of the court who like come out and pretend to be like the queen and, different other members of the the
like a
medieval court.
maiden.
Yes,
Yeah.
a maiden and whatnot. So like the performers are all paid kind of like varying amounts, but so we'll get into that in a second. But the actual like stunt performers, they start as squires, right? And it's a 6 months of training before they're really allowed to like get to the level of like doing stunts. And they learn everything. They learn everything as far as like taking care of the animal, feeding the animal, and then, the different techniques of like riding.
I bet it's
like,
a lot.
And like jousting and fake fighting.
Yeah, and you got to
Yeah.
be good at it because you can't die at dinner theater.
You gotta be strong. I think
Can't
at
die at
least.
dinner theater. That is true.
No,
That is
You get
true.
stabbed and people like point and laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much, they kept referring to it a lot like wrestling, like, you know, like
Yeah.
pro wrestling, right?
Right.
Where it's like there's parts, for the most part, it's choreographed. Obviously, when you're like working with swords and jousts and horses, like things need to be very choreographed. But there's room for something that they refer to as like shoots or shooting, where like
Yeah.
you can allow like slight deviations, but the end is pretty much planned.
Oh,
Yeah.
because they have to know who wins.
Yeah, they have to know who wins.
Interesting. I like this.
I know. Yeah, it is very like when you start. I mean, the fact that they can serve 1,000 people in 10 minutes,
Incredible.
right? So like videos I saw were like these waitresses who like have these massive trays of like just meat. So they'll come around and give everybody a leg, and then they come back with the drink and then rolls, and you know, each course they just have a massive tray of the food to like just dish out to everybody.
And it's mostly for families.
Families,
Right.
group outings.
Can I go alone? Can a single woman?
Oh yeah, babe. I mean, go
Can
alone.
a single woman go alone? When are we gonna let single women go to dinner theater? Okay.
Are they going to look at me like I'm weird? You know,
I don't know. I don't think they would look at you as weird.
I think you should go
I
and
think you
dress
should do
up.
it.
Go
Oh
and
my
dress up.
gosh, go
Badly.
dressed to the nines.
they're like, "Where's your husband?" It's like, "I'm just here by myself."
Yeah.
I'm just trying to experience the medieval times. I just bought this at the Ren Fair. I'm just trying to get as many uses out of it
Yeah.
as possible.
Oh man, I got on a seesaw by myself. And it just
Girl,
right hit
what'd
the
you expect
ground.
to happen?
I was like, "Oh, this is the sea. Where's my saw? I need to seed my saw."
I guess you could turn that into like somewhat of a squat exercise where
Yeah.
you're
Sure.
literally just
Bouncing,
jumping up
bouncing,
and trying to
bouncing.
catch yourself before you hit the ground.
Just certain things you can't do.
You know, the brighter side of being a seesaw by yourself is
Firm buttocks. At the end of it.
firm buttocks.
Working
That's
on
right.
those glutes.
So, have you gone to medieval times?
So me personally, no, I have not. I've
Oh.
always wanted to. It's always
Julie,
been
what the-
romanticized in my brain. I know.
I feel
I've-
cheated.
I know. I've never had my own personal experience, but
We gotta go.
I've watched. I mean, obviously, it was on cable in the Cable Guy. There's a whole scene where him and Matthew Broderick go to the Ren Fair or not
movie.
the medieval times.
The movie's been forever.
Yeah,
Is that where Jim Carrey sneaks in this man's house and taps his cable?
yeah.
And then he just like watches him?
Well, he just like gets really freaky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was like one of his best movies. What are you gonna do?
I never saw it.
So, are you disappointed in me that I've never actually been?
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, so like in researching all of this, I found this YouTube series that they did in 2019 that was like making of a night. And I was like, "Oh, this is so cool. They're going to show us like how these people train." You guys, it was the most anticlimactic, like I don't know who shot this thing, but at one point they're talking to this one guy who's training to be a knight, and he's like talking about caring for the animals, cleaning up poop, cleaning up the horses. And he's like, and then, after training, I just go back and I probably watch about 3 hours of anime. I was like, what?
And then
why'd
end
they keep
scene.
that in there?
Oh my God. So basically they're like interviewing a janitor. Yes. So they're like, I clean the shit, then I clean the toilet.
Yeah.
Then-
and then eventually I'll get to be a knight, I think. I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, they're hot. At least when we went to the medieval times,
Yeah.
all those knights were so attractive.
Yeah, that's true. They're all, I mean,
Were they
I think
attracted
it's
or were
hard
you
to tell
attracted
if they're
in their
attractive.
outfits? Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you're attracted to the idea of them.
Yeah,
think
like
so.
look up
You
there.
can't actually
Like,
see him.
so
Yeah, imagine him in like a baseball
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get out of my
I mean, you have
peripheral.
no idea what his figure's like. I mean, I guess he
out of my
has to be
peripheral.
strong. Get out of my periphery.
Get out of here. Yeah.
I mean,
think
he
it's just
has
the
to be strong,
outfit.
right?
Yeah.
Because of the armor, but
He's going to save me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the
Yeah.
idea of it. Julie, I'm not disappointed that you haven't gone. And I'd like to circle back to this, but I do think it's imperative that we go by the end of the year.
oh yes,
Yeah.
oh
Let's
my
go.
gosh, let's
Yeah,
go.
I think we gotta go.
We
We're going to a
gotta.
concert tonight, but what if at the end? Ooh, yeah, end of the year. Let's look up the next dates.
Yeah, but should we just go now? Should we?
Okay.
Okay, so in 2018, they introduced their first queen. It's been a king for 34 years. And then finally they're like, you know
Wow.
what? I guess changing with the times, we can have these knights fighting for a queen.
When did they do that?
In 2018.
Wow. Is that when Queen Elizabeth died? And they were like, it's time for the turnover? Or
Did she die in
Stop.
2018?
When did she die?
Ended.
She maybe she died a little bit. Maybe she died during COVID.
Oh, did she die of COVID?
I don't really know what she died of.
No, she died in 2022.
Okay. 3 years later.
70. She was 70 years and 214 days. She was 90. Wait, no, that was her reign.
Her reign
She
was
reigned
for 70
years.
years.
She was
90?
96.
96.
Yeah, 96.
Well, she only ate like really healthy foods, very low on the spices, low on the salt.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's got to be eating healthy foods, right? If she's
I'm sure
that old, yeah.
But
I'm sure she's
she has,
eating
like
the top of everything.
World renowned chefs are making every meal.
Yeah, she's not stopping by Popeyes.
No, definitely not.
Poor thing.
Poor thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
so the
she
one
missed
thing,
out.
poor thing,
Poor
missed
thing.
out. Popeyes, their mashed potatoes are so good.
Can you imagine that being that evil and never having Popeyes? That ain't right.
It's not
That ain't
right.
right.
The one thing I wanted to point out is circling back to the food. One of the courses is a tomato bisque. And this one article I was reading criticized this aspect so hard because they were like, tomatoes were introduced in the Americas, and they weren't brought to Europe until the 15th century. So no, if this is the 11th century, there are no tomatoes and there's no tomato bisque.
I agree with them.
Yeah.
Because they had like potatoes. They also had a lot of salads back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
If you want things to be historically accurate, do not go to dinner theater. Okay,
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. Also, they referred to the tomato bisque as dragon's blood.
That's fun.
But could you imagine drinking dragon's blood?
Just serve beets.
Just serve beets.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are you doing? Make it a beet bisque.
Yes, because it's got to be irony. You know, this is a sidetrack, but this is something I really want to get for myself. I don't know where I'm going to put it, how I'm going to keep it up, but bread back in the day used to be highly nutritious, full of a lot of calcium and iron and protein because you took a wheat berry germ and you would grind it up into this fine powder and then you would start the bread from there. So I think it was during the Dust Bowl when people were starving, that they made bread with all the bullshit in it so it can be shipped across America to feed all the like starving kids, right? But I want to get one of those grinders and the wheat germ and then bullshit my way into like be a little trad wife.
Yeah.
So you want to make bread. So you want to make natural bread.
future.
Yeah, natural bread. I want to
Natural
taste it and then step above, I can start making protein beer.
Yeah.
Protein beer. Didn't you make bread recently?
Yeah, I can make bread, but
Yeah, but didn't you take
But
bread
she
to
wants
like
to
a
make
hang?
protein bread.
What's protein bread?
It's a wheat germ, Julie.
Yeah.
It's a wheat berry or whatever. What do they call it?
It's got all the stuff in
Now,
it.
where
Like,
do you get this wheat berry?
I don't know. I think I have to order it.
Okay.
Got to order that wheat berry.
Gotta order that wheat
crush it
berry.
up, turn it into a powder.
It's just
and
a lot
then-
of steps because it can only last 24 hours before it becomes toxic. So there's just like a lot going on.
Girl, that sounds
I'm excited.
dangerous.
I'm excited.
You ain't trying this.
I am not.
I am.
I don't
I'm
know.
ready.
I
I'm
told
ready.
you guys about my kimchi, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
You'll eat
I'll
it.
try
You'll
anything.
eat Amber's bread. Come
Yeah,
on
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then Amber, can you make some butter too while you're at it to
Oh,
put on that
wow.
bread?
They can just jack off a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh,
There we go.
yummy.
Yeah, I can make that bread.
Okay, so
Right.
medieval times survives COVID, right?
Good for
They actually do
medieval
really
times.
well with COVID because if you think about they actually do really well.
Wow.
Because you think about it, it's like a big open air space,
Yeah.
right? And everyone's eating with their hands, but during that time, everybody got utensils. It was like everybody had utensils, napkins, plates, whatever.
They made
it was
an exception.
And it was all like throwaway, stuff. So so they weren't like insistent on people eating with their hands because that would
Interesting.
kind of be bad for like I think the people that worked there, the servers and stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, so they survived COVID. They never actually shut down during COVID,
Good for them.
which is crazy.
Yeah, I noticed German beer halls also did really well during COVID because you're outside.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you just go order beer, take your mask off, and then shoot the shit.
Yeah. Okay, 2022, the employees tried to unionize. Why? Because we're going back to payment. Performers were making in New Jersey, New Jersey is the first location that actually votes to unionize. Performers were making $16 an hour.
Wow.
What?
Like high performing stunt performers
Wow,
making $16 an hour.
Not SAG.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Okay, so the company offers anyone that is not in the union a raise. They're like, oh, okay. Because they say like, okay, well, now you're in the union. We can't actually communicate with you. We can only communicate via the union.
Petty.
But anyone who's not in the union, you get a raise. But the one thing that was so funny is that this said everyone gets a raise except for the trumpet player. The trumpet player does not get a raise. He still maintains his tiny little
Did they
pence.
hate him?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know. They didn't specify, but the thing I read was like the trumpet player never got a raise.
Oh my God.
Julie, can you pull up a picture of the New Jersey medieval times? Because if I remember correctly, it's a castle that you drive by. And I think the one in Anaheim is also a castle.
Yeah.
And I just got to say, that's fucking cool. Like, that's metal as hell, you know?
Yeah, look.
Like, that's the castle, Amber.
Oh, I love
Isn't that
it.
fun?
Yeah. Yeah, they really lean into like the spectacle of it all.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
where it definitely, I'd look at places and I'm like, if the earth were to crumble and zombies were to be here or whatever,
Yeah.
you go hide out there.
That's
Yeah,
how I
see,
feel
look
about
at that.
Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be hiding in the
That's
castle.
that. And then like you see how like this is.
Ooh,
It's an arena.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's a big arena. Very, very spectacle-esque. New Jersey unionizes and it just doesn't go well. The other thing that they say is that the company hires a union avoidance consultant that gets paid $3,200 a day.
What?
Wow.
Which is like,
That's fuck you.
fuck you, right?
Let them unionize.
Fuck you.
Let the people
I
unite.
know. And then California, the California location unionizes too. Tom Morello, our big activist musician friend, he is going to go and be at this massive walkout strike. But then the company just brings performers from other locations, and the location never shuts down. And like the whole union thing is pretty much collapsed by 2024.
I hate that.
I know, it's kind of a bummer. There was a letter from the CEO. Amber, fix it. Go in
Guys,
there.
I just found out what this is and I don't like
Go
it.
in there by yourself, infiltrate, fix it from the
I
inside.
can do it.
I know you can.
Yeah. The one letter from the CEO that I read, like regarding all of it, is he was like, yeah, kind of what I said is, he was like, well, now that you're a union, I can't listen. You can't come to me and tell me what your gripe is or what you need. It has to all go through the union. And then he basically says, and we can fight forever.
Wow.
So
And
he's
we
like,
can fight
we
forever?
We will do
We
this
can fight
forever.
What a dick.
I know. Yeah. Kind of
I
a dick.
picture you walk into like the owner's home and you know those like Temu shower curtains that have like king. You know what I mean? It says
Yeah.
king and like the toilet seat covers with like gold tassels on it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what his
yeah.
house looks like? I picture
Probably.
cheap.
Everything
Cheap
everything's
and gaudy.
particle board.
Plastic.
Yes.
Yeah. In 2008, there was a drop in attendance, and they realized that schools had stopped coming as school trips. And the problem was because it was so like inauthentic and not historically accurate, these teachers couldn't pitch it as like a school trip anymore because there was nothing informational about it. So they started to like try and be more authentic, add in like more education into the shows, I guess.
I love
Yeah,
it.
to like bring school kids back.
Yeah.
And there's only been one patron that's ever been harmed.
I think you're going to say shooting.
There's only been one shooting ever. In 2011, a lawsuit where the patron was blinded by like a flick that came off of a sword.
Oh.
Oh.
Which is like, how do you avoid that?
Nah, it's not. That's just inevitable.
Yeah, that's Final
Yeah.
Destination shit.
Exactly.
That's just
Final
coming for him.
Destination
Something is
shit.
happening to
He
that
did something
guy.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
What
Yeah.
did you do?
Yeah.
And that's medieval thinking right there. Because they would
Yeah.
always be like, well, you fell into a well and crushed your legs.
Yeah.
Maybe you were a bad man.
Yeah.
And
God
some-
wouldn't have done this to you if you hadn't done something to
and you're
piss
right.
him off.
That's a
Right,
medieval
right,
mindset,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so I'm going to take us on a little journey. We're going to start really with Myrtle Beach, which is, as we know, sort of like the spray paint stain of the South.
it is?
It is. Have you been to Myrtle Beach?
I'm picturing like kids drinking Bud Lights.
Absolutely. And imagine like a
Children, drunk
Yeah.
children.
and smoking Marlboros while they're at it. You
Okay.
know? So, and it's like,
And everyone's wearing an airbrush t-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
airbrush,
A lot of airbrush tees.
t-shirts. It's like Times Square-ish kind of feelings. It's very touristy. Specifically, the shore. Okay, so on the shore, the boardwalk, there used to be something called the Pavilion, which was an amusement park. It was an incredible amusement park. I loved it so much. gosh, I think it had 17-ish rides. Now, did either of you watch Eastbound and Down?
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when Kenny Powers gets traded to like a AAA team in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and he's pissed off about it, and he says the infamous line, "Myrtle Beach ain't shit now that the pavilion closed." And I've never felt TV relate more to me. Okay. In that moment, I felt seen, and I paused it, I rewound it, and played it a couple times and tried to explain to Nick what the pavilion
you were like,
was.
Nick, get in here.
Yeah. I mean,
What is a pavilion?
it is an amusement park, like I said, with about 17 rides right on the shore.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so like
17-ish
Jersey Shore.
rides.
Like, the Jersey Shore, how there's like some kind of like Carney-esque rides.
But not like that. It was actually
Actually, no.
No.
Like Julie's talking about the
Like a
Jersey
Ferris wheel.
Shore has like you walk on the shore and it's got rides throughout. But this was a little bit. This is the street over. So there was like the boardwalk, and then there was a street, and then behind that was like an enclosed amusement park, and bigger than that. It had like a log flume. It had all sorts of fun things. But it was absolutely spectacular, and I can't even begin to tell you the joy I had at the pavilion. Do you remember this ride from the state fair it was kind of like a pendulum swing, and there would be a sun and a cloud, and you sat on the cloud, and the cloud would go up and the sun would go down. And it was a pendulum swing.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
Oh my God. And you would do this at night, and you would go up and you would see the ocean and then down.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
so
And it's
incredible. Yes. Exactly.
Do they have a Gravitron?
They had a Gravitron. They had so
Gotta
much
have a
stuff.
Grav.
There was a Ripley's Believe It or Not
Whoa.
next door. It was just a real. And then once you got to the boardwalk, they had like a bunch of boardwalk games, arcades, that sort of thing.
Did it close down during COVID?
No, actually before that. You know why? What do you think? What do you think
Lawsuits?
happened? Well, no, think about, I'm telling you, it's right on the ocean.
Oh,
And-
sharks. Oh, hurricane?
Yeah.
Corrosive?
Hurricane? Tornado?
Gosh, no.
Salt?
More insidious. Humans,
Toxic?
and realtors. They said, wow, this is really incredible property. And we could
Really?
put giant high-rise houses and hotels here.
That should be illegal.
Illegal.
Take all of these
Illegal.
construction people and send them to hell.
Send them straight to hell. So Myrtle Beach started a plan to sort of push the entertainment to North Myrtle Beach, a little bit off the ocean, and develop a whole new area. And with this came the Carolina Opry. They built the Carolina Opry in North Myrtle Beach, and they built Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. Now, this is the second Dixie Stampede, as far as I know. The first one was in Pigeon Forge, and then Myrtle Beach, and then one in Missouri at some point. I'll pull out my dates in a second. We'll get specific with you. And so this is the second one, and it was, I think it came out in 91. You know what? Let me get my freaking dates. Let me get my information.
That cloud thing sounds so magical, and now it's just like a $3,000 a month condo.
Amber, you would have loved it.
What's happening in North Hollywood? It's like all these like interesting places are getting bulldozed to the ground for condos, and then it's like, well, why would I want to move here? Nothing's walkable.
Yeah.
Nothing's cute or funny or fancy.
This was incredible.
It's
My
just
parents
bullshit after
honeymooned
bullshit.
There.
Whoa,
That's the
this
place
is
of my parents'
huge.
honeymoon.
I don't think the human race deserves to live.
Whoa.
No, okay, and then I have
It's
a
just
hard
got so
disagree
mad.
with that.
Hard
Amber, because
disagree.
You're forgetting about art, Amber, and you're forgetting about music, and you're forgetting about paintings. You're forgetting about poetry. You're forgetting about expression.
A lot of great things
A lot of
for the
great
human
humans do a
race.
lot of bad stuff. I have to this is a conversation I have to have with middle school students all the time, because when
Really?
you are learning about world history and you're a middle school student, you're like, wow, humans are awful. And I have to be like, there's a lot of darkness to humanity, but there's also a lot of light. And it is important that we focus on the light as well as the darkness. Okay. Both things can exist at the same time.
the brighter side. We're on the brighter side.
We're on the brighter side. Okay. Anyway, where am I? Okay. 1992, Dolly Parton opens Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede in Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, next to the Grand Carolina Opry. And it's sold out, Amber. It's a sold out crowd. She descends in a lit gazebo. Okay.
I love a gazebo.
In
You
all her
love one.
glory.
In all her glory. Now, the premise of the Dixie Stampede, it's in this big arena, dirt floor, and it's a rodeo, it's a horse show, it's a cattle show, they've got singers who come out, they have a comedy act, it's everything.
Like Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think was he in part of the Dixie Stampede?
He was in this thing in the Midwest that my girlfriend from high school immediately got a job in, but it's kind of like a dinner theater.
Okay.
But Yakov Smirnoff was there for like 50 years.
Okay, just doing a show.
Just every night.
Just doing a show. Okay,
Wow.
so there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of different things happening, but the main thing is the war between the South and the North. Okay, so this is a reenactment of the Civil War. So I went in the late 90s, as I think I was like 13 at the time, and I went with my grandparents. And when you get there, you get assigned either you're part of the Confederacy or you're part of the Union.
Oh gosh.
We were assigned the Confederacy, and I remember I was trying to switch to the Union, and it was very difficult. They made it to there was absolutely no switching, and do you know why?
Why?
Because they said there had to be absolutely no switching whatsoever because people were always trying to be part of the South. Yeah, because this is South Carolina
I know,
in the late
yeah.
90s. So
Right.
we tried to switch to the Union, and they were like, it is such a strong rule that we can't bend at all. Also, the South won that night, and
What?
I remember them telling me that the South always wins. So it's pretty shocking.
Did they cut to the future of like slavery still exists? I mean, it does.
Honestly,
This is
How
where I
involved do you
come
think
from,
Dolly was in?
There was
any of it?
absolutely no talk about slavery at all. So this is not historically accurate.
It's just land rights.
It's not even,
Whoa.
it's not states' rights. It's not what the
Stop.
federal government should be allowed to do. It's none of that. It's just like you're on the red team or the blue team.
No.
And the red team guy is going to race the horse around while the blue team guy races the horse around. Whoever gets there first wins.
So
it's like
about
that.
as historically accurate as medieval times.
I would say medieval times is more
I
historically
think
accurate.
it might be. I mean, besides the tomato thing, I don't know.
Right.
Now, something I remember from this is, gosh, I don't know what kind of childhood you guys had, but whenever we would go do one of these events, I always wanted merch, and I would never be able to get that merch because it was kind of like
It's expensive.
exactly, and we spent the money on the ticket, honey.
Yeah.
And I remember they had a glass boot that you got free Coke refills on, and it said Dolly
Whoa.
Parton's Dixie Stampede on it, and I wanted it so bad that honestly, I spent most of the time being like, "Can y'all just get me that boot?"
Like,
So,
truly, I won't ask for anything
Yeah.
for the rest of the
I
year.
just want the glass boot, the tourist boot, but I never got it. So
I feel like that thing might be worth money.
probably
know.
maybe on eBay. So you ask how much Dolly Parton had to do with this. Well, the concept started in 1986. She began to develop a dinner theater concept combining horses, stunt riding, music, comedy, and a large meal. And like I said, the first one opened in Pigeon Forge in 1988. So the Dolly Parton's Stampede in Myrtle Beach cost $13 million.
Whoa.
And it was right next to the Carolina Opry. And it opened on June 22nd, 1922, 2 weeks ahead of schedule to a sold-out crowd.
Wow.
I told you she entered on a gazebo, which is so lowered from the ceiling.
Crazy.
A gazebo. Really,
Wow.
really. And she was dressed as like a Southern belle. So she came down.
Like the big hoop skirt.
Yeah,
hoopy
big
skirt.
hoop skirt. So, like I said, you're divided into these things. There's just contests. There's like a pig race and stuff like that. So, like you want your side to win the pig race because whoever gets as many points for all these little stunt games wins the Civil War.
Stop. Do they refer to it as the Civil War?
Yeah. And
See,
there's
at
like
that point, it's like, why even refer to it as a Civil War? Just say just call it a...
honey, they're riding around on horses with Confederate flags.
Stop.
Yes.
Are they still doing that?
No.
Now we've gone all woke.
Yeah. So, 1995, she opens up one in Missouri. Now it's become a chain, and it ran for 2 decades. And after 19 seasons, she closed down the Myrtle Beach location and she turned it into a Pirate's Voyage. So then it became Pirate's Voyage. The one in Pigeon Forge it's now called Dolly's Stampede. They took Dixie out of it.
That.
And it's no longer the Civil War. It's just like one side versus the other side. Now it's the Pirate's Voyage in Myrtle Beach. I know that...
because it's by the beach. Pirates.
Pirates.
Okay.
And there is a Pirate's
sense.
Voyage in Anaheim. And do I know if they're related? No, I don't know. But they could be. And I'd love to find out. But yeah, believe it or not, the fact that it was built around the Civil War really became controversial and is the reason why Dolly changed it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. And that's the reason why she changed it. And there was also one in Orlando, actually, that refused to change and
Very Florida of
instead
them.
just closed down. They were like,
no.
we're not going to do that. We're just going to close.
If we can't be accurate to the way we want it to be,
Yeah.
So what are some other fun
I don't think they're
Things.
connected. I think there's the it
The
says,
two Pirates Voyages?
It says Myrtle Beach, but you said that one closed.
No, the Myrtle Beach one is still there.
Oh, and it's Pirates
Yeah,
Voyage.
Pirates
so the
Voyage.
Pirates Voyage is Myrtle Beach, Pigeon Forge, and Panama City Beach.
Okay.
Those are their three locations.
So what's like a fun genre? If we were to make up our own dinner theater, what would it be? Because we've got
God.
pirates
Yes.
and we've got cowboys.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Oh my God.
And they could do space ice cream. I'm picturing
Space ice cream. I mean, you could serve anything.
Yeah,
I would
some
love to do
type
an
of
Alice
stew.
in Wonderland type thing where it's like
Oh, that's
one side's
fun.
like the Red Queen and one side's Alice. It's like, is she going to get out, you know?
Oh, that is
be
great.
fun.
Paint the roses red.
Yeah, and you could have like
Yeah.
lots of fun different foods.
little
and
tea cakes.
teas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
tea
like
cakes.
cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Pigeon Forge?
I went to Dollywood as a kid, but
Yeah.
I don't really like remember most of it except for my grandfather going to the bar at Dollywood a lot. And then he eventually left me and my grandmother there, and we had to find our way back to the hotel. That's about it.
really?
That's all
He just abandoned you?
Yeah, at some point he left, and then my grandma was like, I don't know what to do. And, you know, she wasn't like a woman. She's just a simple mountain woman. I don't think she'd ever taken a taxi
Aw,
before.
Grandma.
But we eventually found a way back to the hotel. But I do remember a couple of things from that trip. I remember the paralyzed eagle that they put into a flying device so it could experience flight. And it
That
would
was at like some place.
at Dollywood specifically because they had like an America
they do
show.
They do have some like rescued eagles.
Yeah, so this was like an America show, and it flew out during like the Declaration of Independence, or like at some point in some song or some words spoken by a president, and it would fly across the ceiling in a device. And I also remember on that trip
Stop, that little eagle's like, wee!
yeah, exactly. I also remember on that trip, a big part of that trip was we stopped at a gas station on the way because we just drove from Virginia.
Oh yeah, gas stations are like they're like monuments down there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't they have this like Mexico
Buc-ee's?
thing?
Oh, no, you're talking south of the border, which is in between North Carolina and South Carolina.
And it's like every mile.
and it will give you diarrhea. It's not every mile. The billboards, are every
billboards,
mile.
yeah.
Yeah. But south of the border.
Billboards are every mile.
Yeah. South of the border is great. You got to stop at south of the border. Just don't eat anything. But this particular gas station, I remember my grandfather pulled into it and he gave the guy like $1 and he took us around back and we saw a bear in a cage.
Whoa!
So,
oh no!
Yeah.
That's
I used
bad.
to see a lot of like
Gosh.
roadside animals in the South. I remember a zoo.
This is my granddaughter. She wants to see something. You got anything in the back?
I mean, that's kind of what it was like.
Wow.
Aw.
Did your grandmother get mad at your granddad for abandoning?
She would bring it up every couple of years, you know, and then
Stop.
like, we went to Dollywood. That's right. And then couldn't find Gerald that evening. Don't know what happened to Gerald. Gerald, where'd you go?
Gerald, where'd you go?
But he was just kind of doing his own thing. You know what I mean?
funny. Eddie and I did a trip to Pigeon Forge, and it's just a bizarro place. There's like the Titanic Museum, which is like a building shaped like the Titanic sinking into the ground. Then there's like the upside down place where like you go in and like the furniture's on the ceiling and you're walking on what looks like the ceiling on the ground. Like
That's kind of cool.
it's cool, but it's just a bunch of spots, like kitschy little spots like that are just like touristy traps where it's like, come in here. Like each building is trying to be flashier than the next to like get you to come in. You know, I don't know. It's
Well, they were like, okay, if Dollywood's going to try and make this a thing, we're going to try and go all out for tourists. Now, what we used to do, so we didn't go to Dollywood because we would go to Tweetsie Railroad. Did you ever go to that? Tweetsie Railroad. And that was like a little amusement park in kind of like near Boone, North Carolina, where it was like train based. And my favorite thing about that was you would ride a train and then the train would get hijacked. Like people would
that
like,
is fun.
It was just, it was so good.
If somebody sneaks on that and like, you know,
That's easy to rob.
really hijacks it.
Yeah, but it's like the great movie ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever go on that in Orlando?
No.
God damn it.
I know. Eddie's mentioned it as like,
I just had a weird flashback of going to south of the border as a little girl, and then like a man was following me around, and I think he was a pedophile.
Ugh, I hate that for you.
But he didn't touch me.
Okay, that's good. But you were smart enough to be like, something ain't right with
Something
this
ain't right.
man.
No, never
and did
trust
you
a
eat any of the
pedophile.
food there?
No.
do you
Yeah.
remember diarrhea?
Do you remember diarrhea?
I remember like a mirror that made you look funny, and a man being like,
Yeah. That sounds about.
and
yeah.
I think we had to like
Creeps.
leave because of him.
Yeah, I will say there is something about south of the border for me that always felt kind of like an in-between place. Like it's like we're kind of in another dimension, or like
Yeah.
are we at the center of the universe and like there's nothing, and then it's all built around,
It
or
is
is
a
it-
Well, I
weird,
mean, this
like,
is a
ley
gas
line.
station.
Yeah.
It's a gas station titled South of the Border.
Well, it's not just a gas station, honey. No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no.
It's got, like, little rides and things.
Oh, okay.
there's
And this is just one
food.
place, or there
There's
are
food.
multiple of these?
There's just one place, but they really are trying to get you to use the bathroom because they've got a lot of
yeah.
bathrooms. So it's
It was
kind
in
of
the
like
bathroom. He followed me in the bathroom.
Yeah, so there's a lot of bathrooms because
Whoa.
there is, and it's not like this. It's still kind of like this, but from North Carolina to South Carolina, if you're on I-95, there is a good long section of nothing. You're just driving through swamps. So when you start seeing these south of the border signs, and you're like, okay, great, we need a bathroom, we need to get some water,
We need a little food.
we need a little food. I think at one point they had mini golf. They have like a lot of touristy things for you to buy. Like we need a break because we've been driving for 3 hours through swamps. Is the
Right.
deal?
Got
But it does feel like you know how indigenous people have a thing called ley lines where you go to Sedona and they're like, oh, this is the female vortex.
Yeah.
Or like it's supposed to epitomize the
Yeah,
female
vortexes.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it does. It has a vortex
It
feel.
has a vortex
For sure,
vibe for
for sure.
pedophiles, for
Yeah.
sure.
I never really got the pedophile thing, but I did get the.
Ashley, can you corroborate that?
I did get the it feels like an in between place. It feels.
I wouldn't wanna hide out
like
there.
time kind of stops there.
Yeah.
Do you think you could hide there? Do you think you could disappear there? Like, not like someone would kidnap you.
If
but
you're on the
like-
run from the law, you could for sure hide out there.
Yeah.
Because like no one, it's just like what's going on?
I think they had a hotel there at some point.
It's
it was
like
kind of like
lawless.
it was like, well, here's your one stop. You're south of the border.
Yeah.
Like everything you need, we have.
But like south of the border doesn't really refer to the area between.
No,
Mexico
it does.
place. It
no,
does?
no, because it's south of the North Carolina border. You've just entered South Carolina. You're south of
Got
the
it.
border, honey.
Gotcha.
Honey, You're
I
south
was
of the
like,
border.
Why is it south of the border?
It's
if
right after over the
Gotcha.
South Carolina border.
Gotcha.
I feel like there's not a lot of kitschy stuff around the West Coast because the Spanish conquistadors came and colonized it here, and they weren't very joyful.
Well, there's
Well-
like Route 66. There's like all that's.
Oh,
I
never
also
mind.
got to
That's
say,
like-
I think it's less about history and more about small businesses.
Yeah.
Because I recently went to a Star Trek optometrist who has spent the past 20 years turning his optometry practice into the bridge of the Enterprise. So
Crazy.
you walk in and you are like on the bridge, and it's like all of his private funds. He's been doing it for 20 years.
love that.
It's incredible.
Crazy.
And then you're like, oh, this is why small businesses rule, because they're just like, I'm really into Star Trek.
I'm
and
gonna do whatever the hell I
Yeah,
want
I'm
because
gonna
it's
do whatever I
my
want.
business.
Exactly.
You know, it's so funny when you told me that you went there. The place I went for my orthodontist is like space themed.
Wow.
But I think it's mainly for like kids. It's not like Star Trek specific,
So
but
it's
it's
not
like
scary.
Yeah, it's like, look, there's, the whole ceiling is space and you feel like you're sitting on a rocket ship when you're in the chair,
Aw.
Like it is very funny, but it's a good.
No, the place I went was serious.
They were like-
It
they were
was
like,
it was like we are for
what's
nerds.
the Star Trek thing?
Oh my
this.
God, live long and prosper.
I want that for
Live
adults.
long and prosper.
Like kids get their hair cut in a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Why can't I get my hair cut in a rocket ship?
Amber, that's what this was. You got to go here.
Okay.
Go there and get your eyes
It
checked?
was not for kids. It was
I love
for
it.
Star Trek fans.
Awesome.
And it was really cool.
Well, this is great. So we all agree small businesses rule.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. We like kitschy stuff.
Kitschy.
We like a big show.
Yeah, and
we love the
also
show.
we'll go to the medieval times by the end of the
we'll
year.
go to the medieval times.
Let's
We'll go to
go.
the medieval times.
Yes.
I'm Amber Smelson on Instagram and also on Patreon for $1. I put all my stand-up up.
I'm Ashley _Brooke_Roberts. Find me there. Oh, and
Yeah.
I was gonna plug Ed's show on Sunday, but this is gonna come out after that.
But there will be a
Boo-hoo.
live stream.
There will be a live stream. But this is gonna come out after that.
Yeah,
live
but
stream.
then they'll have access to the live stream.
Oh, so it won't be live anymore.
It won't be live
There's
anymore.
a recorded stream. Go find it. Go find that stream.
And I am Julia Rosing. You can find me at Canarda_Bayback. And you can follow us on YouTube at The Brighter Side LPN on YouTube. And that's also our Instagram handle.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all.